I feel very blessed to have been an Olympian, named to 3 Olympic teams, named to 3 Commonwealth Games teams and Pan American Games teams, and represented Canada, as you say, for 16 years, both indoors and outdoors. I had a wonderful career, traveled the world, and unfortunately, you know, my 3rd Olympics, where I was favored to win a medal, we boycotted. Canada followed the U.S.-led boycott, and we boycotted, so I did not get to go to Moscow, although 2 weeks after the competition they did hold a major international pentathlon, decathlon competition, and all the athletes in the world were there, all the Olympians, and I won that event, beat the medalists from Moscow, and you know, I felt pretty good about that, but at the end of the day, you know, didn't get the Olympic hardware, but that's okay, you know. I was in the best shape of my life and didn't have the opportunity, unfortunately, to get on the Olympic podium, but nevertheless had a great career. We were hosting the Games in '88, and when Premier Lougheed, our Premier at the time, was sitting in the opening ceremonies in Sarajevo in 1984, he turned to someone and said, "How many Albertans do we have on the team?" The answer was 2. So Premier Lougheed at that time said, "Well, that's going to change. We want more in '88 in our games." So hence the government dedicated some lottery dollars, set it aside, and it was such a fun time to have money for the first time in sport. At that time there was a best ever program happening nationally, where there was more government dollars going into the winter program, obviously wanting Canadians to do well. But we were the only province in Canada that really took on its own Olympic Game Plan, and it was an exciting time. And we did some amazing things, and we were very successful. Our goal was 1 in 5 Canadians would be an Albertan. We made that goal. We hired professionals. We took the sports around the province. We got our athletes over to Europe, training and competing against the best in the world. In some cases literally pulling them off the street and saying, "Do you want to do luge? What's luge? Nordic combined? What's Nordic combined?" You know, but it was such a fun time, and it really worked. It really did. We trained our athletes in public speaking. I believe they are our best role models, and they need to be out speaking to our youth. And so through the sponsorship we were able to take those athletes around the province into schools all over Alberta, and basically have our Olympians tell their story and inspire youth, you know, inspire our kids to believe in themselves, and not just in sport, but I remember a story where we had Georgette Reed, who was a shot putter for Canada, and a fairly big, beautiful woman, athlete, speaking to a group of school students, and I remember a kind of heavy-set girl came up to her afterwards and said, "Georgette, thank you so much. You have now inspired me to get back into singing." She used to sing in a choir, and she, for some reason, quit. And but through Georgette's message, she said, "I'm going to go back to doing what I love to do, and that's singing." So that's a very powerful message. To be considered and honored that way is obviously, it's not anything athletes aspire to, right? I mean, you do your thing, you go out and, you know, you hopefully meet with success, and then at the end of the day, in many ways you're rewarded by these inductions into the halls. So for me, the Alberta Sports Hall of Fame, I was inducted as a builder, which makes me feel old, but that's okay. It means I've obviously been recognized for my contribution to sports, so it's a great honor.